So people started doing these like fashion shows where you combine skins and you just judge them, and you also like do like a little performance, you know, a theme or whatever. So people start doing these like fashion shows where you combine skins. And initially, I was just like, dude, this is a joke. I'm not doing like a little shows. And then one of these days, one of my subs like gifted 100 subs. He's like, please do a fashion show, please, you'll love it. So I did it, and it was whatever. And we posted it on YouTube, but then it hit 1 million views in under a day, and I was like, wait, that doesn't usually happen on our uploads. What's going on with this fashion show stuff? And then like, you know, 20 fashion shows later, we did the Lachlan like World Cup fashion show. Yep. Me and Alie won that challenge, and then we did another one. And then me just like entering like Lachlan's cups and uploading like video segments from those fashion shows. All those videos have like 4 million to 8 million views each. It's just insane. Like, this is not even Fortnite Battle Royale. It's just Fortnite fashion shows. So that's when it really hit us that like we can, even without like Epic updating the game, and even without like amazing like 20, 30 kill games, like we can try to make something from nothing and start getting creative with the Fortnite content.
Yeah, I think that was actually where my next question was going to lead before Jack brought it up, because I think that's when I really started taking notice about Fortnite content, because, you know, there were Twitch streamers that had a lot of viewership but didn't really translate that well over to YouTube, and some people figured out a great little recipe. Jack, I think, was one of that, in my mind, was leading the forefront on being able to convert that audience. And in my mind, I thought that Fortnite content was in a little bit of a lull, and then these fashion shows started popping up, and me and Jack were talking about your channel, and you brought up earlier 1 million views in 24 hours. I don't think anyone can comprehend how fucking insane that is. So what a creative way to really innovate and try to make something out of nothing, like you mentioned. You had go ahead.
No, I'll add on to whatever you were just about to say.
No, what I was going to say is that you had 75,000 subscribers on YouTube in 2017 before, you know, Fortnite started blowing up. And I know that, you know, Cypher PK comes from RuneScape and Player Kill, and you wanted to be a YouTuber for so long. And I think for me, I'm more curious how it felt when videos started really popping off and streams started popping off, and realizing this dream that I had is now become a realization. Was there a moment when you woke up in bed, you're like, holy shit, this is actually happening?
Yeah, there was a few like key moments where it hit me. And I've obviously been, you know, grinding videos since middle school. I did RuneScape, and that was like a 10-year venture. And then eventually I got into it. Elder Scrolls Online, another MMO, but these were all smaller games. For Honor as well. But Fortnite was like the big game that I really was into, but was also popular. Up to that point, I was really just covering games that weren't that popular that I really liked. But it was a struggle initially. I lost like a big chunk of my viewership switching to Fortnite. A lot of people told me I shouldn't do it because, you know, viewership is down, but I just really liked the game, so I stuck with it. And there was that one clip that I got, the trap tower, when I first, you know, made and built the Fortnite trap tower and pulled it off. And then it went viral, and people were posting it, you know, all over Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. A bunch of big channels were, you know, sharing it in their compilations. Then the next day I went live, and on that stream I hit like 400 viewers, which is not a whole lot, but at the time for me, I went from 100, and that next day I went to 400. The day after I went 500, 600, and one day I hit 1,000 playing Fortnite, and that was super rare because at that point I only would hit 1,000 on like huge update days on like For Honor or Elder Scrolls, and it would only be for like a day or two. After that stream, you know, I hit 1,000 viewers playing Fortnite. I just like when I stopped the stream and was done for the day, like I just sat there for a second and I like just screamed. I was just like, I had to let it out. It was like really overwhelming, and the energy was just too much, and I just had to like scream. And my wife was like, what's going on? And like, I'm doing it. Like, I'm making it happen. Let's go. Like, this is it. And this is when I was like, this was a few months after I transitioned from like, I used to just stream like at noon, like whenever I was up, I would stream. And I realized that wasn't really working. Like a lot of the big streamers at the time, CDN, Ninja, they were streaming Fortnite at noon, and I was like, I wasn't even competing with them. The point is like I was just being buried by everybody else. So it was like there was no shot. So then I started waking up at like 5:30 in the morning, and I'd be live by 6 a.m. I go from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. every day for months before I hit the trap tower. but there was a small boost leading up to Trap Hour because of like the 6 a.m. grind. Because at 6 a.m., 100 viewers is like 4th or 5th on the list of like streams, but at noon it's like 40th on the list. So like I wasn't doing myself any favors streaming that late or during prime time. But
it's like a Symphony who's in the house now. He's get up 4:45 a.m. in the morning just to...
and that's the grind. And Symphony is smart. When he swapped to, I made a swap to Warzone, which I think the reason why I haven't done that yet is just because of how successful the YouTube channel has been on Fortnite. Yeah. But if I made a swap to Warzone, I'd do exactly what I'm doing right now. I'd be waking up at like 4 in the morning, going live by 5, and streaming that early morning before, you know, a lot of. And he's a big content creator, so don't get me wrong. He could stream at 2 p.m., 3 p.m. He does. He still gets viewers, but I guess he understands in a similar way that when you're kind of like rebuilding on a different game, you do got to switch up your hours a little bit. That way you have your chance to shine.
Yeah. I fucking love it, man. It's funny because I know you mentioned so much about when you first were streaming and you obviously saw the viewership drop off. That was kind of the equivalent for me when I was casting COD and was known for Call of Duty wagers in my small stream at that point, but then started playing Fortnite on day 1 that it came out. That was, you know, obviously quite the shift for my audience. But you mentioned so much about, hey, early on my Twitch stream, I made that sacrifice and we kind of had to go. And I think a lot of where I first saw recognition for you was on Twitch, but now your YouTube channel, as someone who knows the difference between Twitch and YouTube very well now with the experiences I've had, I would put your audience on YouTube, not just like 2 to 3 times. Like you might only have, let's say 500,000 more subs on YouTube than you do followers on Twitch, but I'll put your audience at 10 plus times for what you have on YouTube versus Twitch. Like, do you consider yourself a YouTuber, then a Twitch, like first, then a Twitch streamer at this point in your career?
I still consider myself a Twitch streamer first, just because it's purely based on the hours, right? We, you know, initially when we were doing the Fortnite YouTube videos, it was all just like, you know, best game of the day, we posted on YouTube. Maybe I talk about a certain topic. There was no like structure. In the past 6 months, we've, you know, focused on actually like structuring our videos and planning things out, and we got a YouTube, you know, manager involved, editor involved. So like there's a lot more flow and structure now, a lot more planning that goes into it. But I still sink like 200 hours plus a month into streaming compared to like,
Jesus Christ,
honestly,
man.
the 30 hours I spend on YouTube, just like because it takes me like about an hour to record a specific video idea. So even though you're right, the YouTube right now, both from like a reach perspective and financially speaking, is just destroying the Twitch. Like it's 1 to 6, 1 to 7 on both reach and financials. But the hours spent is still mainly spent on Twitch. I love streaming more than uploading videos. I love the live interaction. So I consider myself a streamer still, but because of the YouTube success, I've recently been shifting a lot of my focus onto YouTube and planning for YouTube videos more.
You're a workhorse, man. I absolutely love it. And I have a ton more questions for you here, but we unfortunately, actually, it's very exciting when we get to do these, because we have some incredible sponsors that take care of 100 Thieves, and we got to make sure that you guys know about it. So as you guys know, this show is brought to you by Cash App. If you don't use Cash App, then fuck you. If you aren't following Cash App on Twitch, you're missing out on a ton of opportunities to get free cash. Cash App hosts free cash giveaways all the time on their Twitch channel, so be sure to stay up to date when they go live to see great content around gaming and free cash. You may even see some of your favorite 100 Thieves creators up there. Twitch.tv/Cash App is where it's at. Finally, as always, we are stoked to be working with Cash App to support the Gamers Outreach Foundation. Now, when you sign up for Cash App and use the promo code THIEVES, that's Thieves, 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 not only will you receive $10, but Cash App will also donate $10 to Gamers Outreach, which is an organization that provides video games to kids dealing with long-term treatments in hospitals. So remember to use that promo code when you download Cash App from the App Store or Google Play Store today. And not only... Actually, Jack, you can take this one.
Oh, well, not only do we have Cash App that we love working with, but Chipotle is the other one. My fat ass loves to eat Chipotle. I also know that it's helped me lose weight because then I dialed back on some of the cheese. I got a little bit less rice and focused more on the protein side. But listen, Chipotle is not only here for food nowadays in our lives. Chipotle recognizes that there's some skill out there in the gaming world today. The Chipotle Challenger Series You've probably seen it go on already. We've played in some of them before, but the finals is coming up Thursday, July 16th. You can register for the 3rd and 4th qualifiers taking place on July 11th and 12th. So you get a chance to play the finale against both me and Nade Shot. It'll be streamed at twitch.tv/Chipotle. Winner takes home 25 grand and free Chipotle for a year. I'm playing with Dylan Francis, so not only are we gonna whoop that ass, we're gonna have a lot of fun doing it. And then we're probably gonna make a song on the side.
You've got no shot of beating me in Warzone, Jack. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to play against my boys and support our amazing partner Chipotle. So go down the Chipotle app and try the Nade Shot bowl for yourself. My bowl that I actually order is on the app. You can download it, order it yourself. We'll see you on July 16th. We absolutely love it. Cypher.
I saw you on a YouTube ad for the Chipotle Challenge series. Courage.
Me or Jack?
Let's go. I remember shooting that. We doing it.
Did you shoot one too, Nate?
That is TBD. We'll talk about it.
Okay.
But yes, we did. I'm
Yeah,
sure I can talk about it.
I saw one on one of my videos.
Hey, bro, wait,
That's a little bit of self promo right there. I don't know.
It is. Oh, damn. Holy hell.
Cypher, let me ask you this, man. You obviously so relevant in Twitch, and we talked about how you still consider yourself to be a Twitch streamer. How fucking crazy is it that we still have no idea what happened to Dr. Disrespect?
Dude, it's not just crazy, it's unprecedented. There's in the gaming world, secrets are just not kept, and there's leaks all over the place. Like, no game can update without people already knowing what the updates are. No deals happen without people knowing the numbers and details. Like, it's I've never seen anything like this. No one knows. Like, it hasn't been leaked. It just doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. So, dude, whatever it is, it's fucking insane.
Do you have any guesses?
Gotta be insane. My guess is it's some boring legal stuff, but hopefully it's a little more interesting than that. I mean, just for the sake of everyone like sitting and waiting.
Dude, it's been what's crazy for me to think about is how much it was talked about then. And I know I've seen like Pokey tweet out like, for real, what's happened with the doc and everything like that. But it's like already been like 10 days. Yeah, when's the last the last time Doc took a break this long and was gone this long was, I mean, honestly, the last time he got banned for the whole camera in the bathroom incident. So something's going on right now, and you know, I love watching Doc. So hopefully he's able to come back, and it's not, you know, that level of serious. It's something hopefully that can be figured out and sorted, but. Dude, it is. You hit the nail on the head, Syph. It's like, bro, what on earth is going on? I can genuinely say I have no clue what is happening, and I like to think I've got the people in my life and the connections here and there. Like, if there's a bit of information I want to begin to figure out, I can ask those people and get told it. No idea, literally no clue. So I guess I'm just along for the ride now with everybody else. I'm waiting to hear what the hell happened.
And what's even?
Go ahead.
What I was going to say, what's even wilder is that the biggest news I would say of that week was Shroud and Ninja and Mixer getting shut down, and that was completely eclipsed by Dr. Disrespect's news. So I don't even know if we've talked a lot about Shroud and Ninja, especially on the Courage and Nade Shot show, but you just don't see many people talking about it online. It's not as important when both of these guys used to stream every single day of their lives, and now they're probably negotiating with multiple companies and have an opportunity to double dip and get another bag. Cypher, I'm curious what you would do in their position. If you were in Ninja's shoes and just walked away with $30 million, supposedly, allegedly, whatever. Yeah. What do you think your next steps would be?
So, Ninja took a big viewership hit when he went to Mixer. That's obvious. Like, everyone expected that. No one's going to retain all their viewers switching platforms, especially to a very small platform like Mixer. So he took that leap of faith to, you know, secure the bag or whatever you want to say, and secure his future, but also potentially set himself up to expand his brand with this new cash flow from Mixer and potential, you know, connections. And then when I saw that he allegedly declined a much bigger Facebook deal, my understanding, and from if I was in his position, is that now is the time to like reclaim and really blow up the Ninja brand. So whatever like 60 million that Facebook allegedly offered him, in his mind and in his team's mind, they have to have believed that they are going to make
Hunting
Ninja
rifle only है क्या?
worth
Hunter
way
hunting
more
rifle.
than that 60 million. And going to Facebook could potentially block them from reaching their full potential.
क्या? Sniper only है क्या?
And that's, I mean, that's it. Like for me personally, I'm in a position right now where, you know, these discussions could be happening. Can't really say much on that, but
Intel.
yeah. So I'm kind of like, I'm not ninja level, but you know, there's discussions being had with different streaming platforms and whatnot. And in my mind, at the end of the day, you know, you could take a huge bag from any of these platforms, but potentially kill off your brand or restrict your brand from growing. But if you really believe that your brand is valued more than what they're offering, you can take that deal and then with that new, you know, influx of cash, try to blow back up and you know, expand Ninja as a brand beyond whatever Facebook is offering or Mixer offers.
Yeah, it's crazy to think about. Like when that number got reported, I was like, holy shit. I mean, wow. I think, you know, as you mentioned, as I went through this whole thing and switched platforms and I had the chance to go to Mixer, but I put a lot of value in, I thought there was so much more growth potential on a platform like YouTube. And again, now you've experienced firsthand how big the audience is. I was the 23rd or 22nd most followed Twitch account in the world when I had left Twitch, and with the same amount of followers on YouTube, I was like 7,200.
Yeah.
And because of how much bigger the ceiling is on YouTube, and the opportunity to switch to the biggest video platform in the world, where they are doubling down on their investments, as you guys have now seen with Laserbeam, Lachlan, Uzel, Wildcat, Noah J, all these guys streaming on YouTube, Ray now being over, and how many changes are still coming and they've now made since I joined, and then to change my family's life forever financially. For me, it was a no-brainer. As you mentioned, like with that discussion going on, I knew of a number that I would need to switch. I knew what a number Twitch would have had to keep me at to stay. I knew what number I would have needed to go to Mixer, and it was definitely more than both of those. So I was gonna risk losing my audience. It's like for $10 million right now. You go to Facebook?
Dude, that's a discussion.
Yeah. Let's go. I'll bring everybody.
You know, here's the thing, Courage. Is that the reason why, you know, I can't answer that is because maybe I want more. Maybe I can get more out of Facebook, you know?
Hey, Facebook, you hear that?
I'm not playing my cards. I'm not playing my cards. But the reality is, you know, there is always a number. Facebook, YouTube, and YouTube to me definitely is a very appealing idea, just because I'm doing well on YouTube. I've got both the main channel and second channel now both doing well. You know, I could easily make the main channel like a streaming focused channel, and then the second channel just keep the daily uploads there, or whatever the case may be. So like when you made a decision to go to YouTube, it made a lot of sense too. Your YouTube channel is doing really well. You can go there, and then now you're getting like more views than you did on Twitch, at least from what I've seen. So so the Mixer and Facebook thing, it's like a different discussion, right? If YouTube offered me a deal, or if the deal is on the table, you know, you just got to look at the numbers and see if it makes sense. But what going to Mixer or Facebook is a completely different mental challenge that as a content creator, you want your stuff to be seen by other people. But when you go there, you know that the cap is way below what you're doing right now. No matter how successful you are on Mixer or Facebook, the cap is just a lot lower. So both, you know, Ninja and Shroud, they took that plunge. They saw what it's like, and honestly, maybe they hated it. With or without, you know, they both secured 8 figures, millions of dollars, allegedly. Maybe once you have $30 million, 60 million doesn't mean much to you anymore. I mean, obviously it still means a lot, but maybe for your own like sanity, you want to get back on top and be seen by everybody. And maybe that will make you more money long term if you know, manage your brand properly.
Cypher, if I gave you $10 million, aside from a home, and aside from doing anything kind or anything nice for your family, it's the most selfless purchase you can make. What would you buy?
I would immediately just go.
And don't say invest.
No, I wouldn't. No, let's talk selfish. Invest is a boring answer. Obviously, I'd invest, and obviously, I'd be smart with my money. And, you know, whatever, buy property, whatever. I would immediately just go buy a blacked out Lamborghini, just a new
Murdered out.
Okay, right, baby. All right, dude. So you have some fun with us with these questions. Cypher, how much money do you got?
There it is.
Okay, so you know, when Courage said that you were gonna ask that, I was a little nervous, because I don't even know. I don't know the real answer. Like, I know the ballpark. I know the ballpark. No, it is a flex, but it, you know, I've got.
Don't actually answer it if it makes you feel uncomfortable.
Oh no. I don't mind talking. I don't mind talking about the money. I've got an accountant, and I've got a wife who manages a lot of that stuff for me, because I'm a bonehead, and beyond gaming and streaming, I seriously did not develop a lot of skills in school. So there's you know, a few seven figures laying around. I don't know exactly how much, but you know, like a $10 million Facebook deal is definitely still life changing for me. So that gives you like a good estimate.
Multi,
Best
baby.
answer we've ever gotten.
Multi. Cypher's multi. Cypher's multi. He said.
Hey, bro.
It's multi, and I don't shy away from it. You know, I don't shy away from it. I think there's some content creators out there who would rather the audience not know that they make a lot of money, and I don't blame them. It can create weird situations. It can create uncomfortable situations for a lot of people. But when it comes to this, I'm a little bit more transparent. I don't give exact numbers, but it should be known that a lot of the top content creators are millionaires, and among the top are multi-millionaires, and that's just kind of how big the industry has gotten.
I like
and
you,
I think
man.
shying away from it is a little weird. Like, it's just, for me personally, it would be a little bit weird. It'd be a little bit disingenuous. So
Yeah, I think that's super fair to say, especially when, again, it's not like you just got a channel with all this audience that did this. You grinded from nothing, as everyone has, and have built an audience to this point where you are someone that's an inspiration to so many people out there. It's like, hey, this wasn't built in a day. The home you now have, again, which I want to talk about next, like the everything you've accomplished took a long time and sacrifices. I think that's really key for people to understand, is you need to make sacrifices, whether it's the game you're playing or, you know, the opportunities you take, and maybe you travel more and you're not able to spend as much time with family, or you move to a certain location to get that upper edge in your career. It's really key to make people understand. It's like, hey, you want this multi-M, as we mentioned? Well, guess what? I did this, and this, and it took this many years to get to this point. So
think of any of your favorite TV shows. Think of any character, actor, actress on that show, and you know, if somebody told you, oh, that actor, you know, is a millionaire or multi-millionaire, you wouldn't bet that. You really would. You'd just be like, yeah, actors are, you know, well off. They make a lot of money, especially the ones that are popular or the ones in movies and whatnot. But the reality is that a lot of these gaming creators have reached numbers and audiences that surpass, you know, a lot of big time actors or movie stars as well. So like, the amount of content being consumed online surpasses, you know, the movie industry. So, you know, there's people wouldn't be surprised if you said an athlete is an actor, an actor is a multimillionaire, but you know,
get off
gaming
me,
has gotten
dude.
to that point. The industry, especially the entertainment industry on gaming, has gotten to that point.
yeah, no, I couldn't agree more, and it's just going to keep on getting bigger. Trust me, with where it's going. Video game entertainment is the biggest form of entertainment in the world, and it's not stopping. Cypher, one thing that I think would be super key to bring up is,
they killed him.
Hey, you want to buy that selfish Lamborghini one day, which I'm sure is going to come sooner rather than later. But
Holy shit.
you buy those things that you've gotten yourself to. Hey, you got investments here, you got certain things you've done to get to that point of being like, you know what, let me buy a gift for myself. That's kind of the point that I've done recently. You got a beautiful home. Talk to me a little bit about what it's been like as a homeowner, as you've built your dream home already at such a young age, I'm sure. you know, what's
मेरी
is that
shotgun की नहीं
experience been
shoot
like? 'Cause
हुई.
that's one thing that I want to do in the next 5 years, and to see you already accomplish that is awesome.
Shotgun की नहीं
It
shoot हुई
was
भाई.
obviously the biggest purchase I've ever made,
नहीं
and it
यार,
was
ऐसे नहीं.
100% worth the wait and struggle. I just want to say that for anybody who's thinking about buying a home, it is a lot of stress. I'm very fortunate to have a smart, beautiful wife who took care of a lot of the process and the paperwork and design choices, because I couldn't put myself through that, especially during the grind that we were going through. All the houses being built, and there were so many setbacks and whatnot. But at the end of the day, with all the setbacks, all the delays, all like the mistakes, because when you buy a home, like let's say you have a perfect image of what the home's supposed to look like. They have the blueprint down. Just know you're not gonna get 100%. The goal is to get above 90%. But if you just let them build it without checking in on them, you're gonna get it at like 75, 80%. They don't know. I don't know if it's just like here in Texas, but they just don't build the house the way they say they're supposed to build it. And if you want it the way you paid for it, you got to show up every other day and point out any mistakes that they make. So it was a stressful process. But dude, it was worth it.
You can also buy
I
Dark
got
Bomber.
the stream room that I needed. I got the bedroom that I needed. Everything is like it's a perfect home.
What's it called?
And speaking of the stream room, we actually are going to start like construction on like the real stream room, similar to what Ninja and Nick did, and trying to make like an awesome studio out of it. So that's something that will probably be ready by the end of the year, beginning of next year. Really excited to reveal that when it's done. But being a homeowner is cool. Like I can just, it's my home. I can do what I want in it. It's a nice feeling.
I understand what you mean, though. It's a lot of responsibility because once it's your home, aside from the building process, like you mentioned, and having to make sure that the construction and everything goes planned and smoothly, there's a lot of responsibilities around a home. And when something breaks, you got to fix it. And that's something that kind of scares me, and because I know my dad's a carpenter. He built the house that I grew up in. He's the definition of a man, and I didn't learn a goddamn thing from him. I mean, I think YouTube actually be a great resource when I finally do own a home for how to fix things and how to change things. And I have a lot of respect for you, someone who's so young and so successful, to invest in property that you guys love. I think that's fantastic. I truly do. My next question is something that I ask quite a bit. It's a big debate topic on my social media. What is your favorite fast food burger?
Oh yeah, you know what's asked about? I didn't think it was gonna be like a. I mean, it is a serious question. It is a serious question. Forgive me. I didn't think it was gonna be like a. What? You know what? Let me just answer the question. I'm from Texas. People think it's Whataburger. Whataburger is not good. Like it's just. It's overrated. And honestly, bro, most places that are just regional, like In-N-Out or Whataburger, I like In-N-Out more than Whataburger, and we have that here in Texas now, so that's cool. But favorite fast food burger.
Oh, Harry, Tanish ने भी वो ले लिया क्या पीसी?
I know yours. I mean.
क्यों क्या हो गया?
I just had In-N-Out last night.
नहीं, कल तू उसके साथ जब खेला था तो उसको तो पीसी के बारे में कुछ बता रहा था ना? मतलब सेटिंग वेटिंग।
वो कह रहा था 4-5 दिन में लेना उसने। बहुत डाले को पता तो लगता नहीं, उसके दोस्त बोल देते हैं और वो सुन लेता है उनकी बातें, फिर मेरे को तंग कर देता है।
और हम इतने सालों से बोल रहे हैं उसको, जो वो नहीं सुनेगा।
भाई मैंने ये मदरबोर्ड लेना है, मैंने ये लेना है। मैं कह भाई हमारा चल रहा है ठीक। मैं क्या, हम स्ट्रीमिंग भी करते हैं, हमारा फिर भी 160 आ जाता है। मैं क्या तुझे भाई इसमें 200 आएगा, मैं क्या तेरा मॉनिटर ही 144 में क्या करेगा 200 ला के?
If they didn't have the sauce, the animal style sauce,
भाई मेरा कुछ भी नहीं आता, पता नहीं क्यों, और खेला भी नहीं जा रहा।
Animal style does make it that much better. I couldn't agree more.
I really think that sauce carries it a little bit. I mean, that's obviously part of their brand.
Aim तो हो ही नहीं रहा, मैं इसमें शायद कोवैक्स खेलने चला था।
The fries would be the worst fast food fries. They have the worst. They have them. Wait,
44 या नहीं? नहीं
Yeah.
44 मारा मैं तेरे को उस समय.
Crazy.
Short
Everyone
miss करेगा.
wondering how much it's worth. Patrick Mahomes just agreed to a 10-year extension.
भाई कितना ज़्यादा एज करके मारता है ये.
$3 million. It just got announced at $500 million, bro.
Hey man.
Oh my god.
Congratulations. Honestly, Patrick Mahomes deserves it to come into the league and dominate in the fashion that he has at the age that he is, and to win a Super Bowl.
ना भाई मैं तो नहीं Warzone खेलता इस टाइम. दोपहर ਨੂੰ ਆ ਜੀ खेलनी है Warzone.
I truly believe that Mahomes is just something that we haven't seen in a very long time in the NFL. I think he's one of the most talented players in the league. And imagine locking in. He's basically going to be there for 12 years.
तो मेरी stream देख रहा था क्या?
He's locked him in for another 10. I think that speaks volumes about his character to really ride or die with Kansas City, to be with the team that's drafted him. And now that he has.
वाह उससे जाके मर गया.
His age, you know, he's locked in.
कोई मारा था मैंने 160 मारा हुआ था उसे.
$1 the next 10 years of my life.
मैं उस पे जा रहा हूँ तो जाने का ग्रैपलर पे पंप पे अटका हुआ है. मैं ग्रैपलर पे स्विच नहीं कर पा रहा.
Yeah. All right, so he just bossed up on Ninja. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, Ninja, you gotta get in the NFL, bro.
And I thought the
He could be
streaming
a kicker.
contracts were getting to the real sport level.
I mean, this is the biggest contract in sports history, beating Mike Trout from the Angels, who was 12 years.
मरे जाऊंगा 10 HP था मैं.
Which was like last year. This is the biggest. I mean,
Imagine being his agents.
bro, what?
Well, think about it. Think about it. Gaming.
मैं trash है मैं ना भी मेरा.
Paying Ninja 30 a year, which is what like people reportedly said. If you did that over 10 years, that's 300 million. That's close to the.
भाई कहाँ भाग रहा है तू?
I think the other thing too is to remember, like, bro, if you took Microsoft, which is obviously who owned Mixer, or Amazon who owns Twitch, or Google who owns YouTube,
तो अभी भी यहीं पे
they're
है
worth
तू.
more than the entire.
और लेगा मेरा पैक के लॉक हो रहा है.
A very large number in regards to what their market value is. It's crazy when you remember.
अरीना खेलेंगे अपा तीनों.
Streamer
मेरे को
wars
पॉइंट चाहिए.
between
मेरे को
भाई.
बहुत कम करा दिया
cities
उन
of the
लोगों
world, and now
ने.
if you
जो
go
खेला
to
इसके
Google,
साथ
they're
में.
right there too. It's like
कितनी HP है तेरी?
मैं सोलो खेल रहा ठीक
even
हूँ बैक.
happening, which is
50 था मैं.
surreal to see. So 477 million in guarantees. Guaranteed $477 million
It's lit.
is just
When you secure that, you can really just sit down and focus on being the best.
डार्लर तू
Yeah,
ऐप
part of it.
कौन वो
And
कौन
being
सा
the
यूज
best
करता है
person.
सॉफ्टवेयर
Another
वो
crazy
जो
thing
डिले
that
कम
got
कर
announced
देता है.
recently was
टाइमर
I don't know if you
रेजोल्यूशन.
follow the CDL, Call of
वो
Duty League,
खरीदना पड़ता है क्या?
but
नहीं
they've shifted completely online.
फ्री है.
They're big events.
फ्री तो नहीं है पर उसका क्रैक्ड वर्जन है. भाई जंप नहीं कर पा रहा.
Call of Duty League champs, CDL champs.
यहीं खड़े खड़े मेरा जंप फटी.
Super Bowl for COD. It just got announced it's going to be online, and it seems like some of the players are really upset. It's like some of them are understanding it really upset, I think their mental
198.
capacity to
क्या
understand
है?
the situation the world
मेरे
is
भाई
in.
प्लेस ही नहीं हुआ. प्लेस ही नहीं हुआ. अभी प्लेस ही नहीं हो रहा कुछ.
Completely online. This is the equivalent of the Fortnite World Cup being online. And what would have happened with that? I mean,
I mean,
I haven't
basically
got-
it was in a way because you had to get there online, right?
you think that the thing that people are talking about is that even now champs
तू भाग गया उधर से.
online. Like if the World
No.
Cup was online and next thing you know you've got 0 big people
मेरे 145 हो.
Is that
साले
what
लोग
Masters
अनसब्सक्राइब कर देते हैं.
they won
फिर
online
मैं
versus
जिन जिन
winning.
को दिया था ना सबको अनसब्सक्राइब कर दिया. मैं क्या तुम भी करो मैं भी करूंगा.
मिस कर रहा हूँ मैं शॉट.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. I
Game
don't
bot
think
होगा
if
भाई
it's
तू.
online, I don't
49
know
49
a lot
49.
about COD, but if it's completely online, I don't think the best team is probably gonna win. I think there's too much variables involved with the online play that you just
Wow.
don't see in LANs. I can just speak for like Fortnite and the fact that
भाई उसको मार के खेल ले गया.
99% of the players who qualified were
सारा
on the
डैमेज मैं
campaign.
दिया था उसको.
You know, I'm sure there was a few outliers. There was a few people who managed to do it on higher higher ping, but like obviously once you got down into the World Cup and it was LAN, it was fair game for anybody. But in my opinion, online, just especially in a competitive game with quick shots, quick reactions like COD, there's too many variables involved. It's fine if they're doing it online. I mean,
All
the
can you
situation
play
calls
Mary?
for online. You either postpone it or you do it online. And if anything, it's better than nothing. But there'll definitely be doubt about whoever wins.
Yeah, I think the circumstances are unbelievable. I think there's probably teams that are playing right now that are probably really happy with the outcome because of how well they've been
Oh
playing
भाई
online.
आवाज ही नहीं आई तेरी
Obviously, everyone's going to need to get gear serious. I mean, this is a life-changing amount of money, and I don't know how much.
नहीं मैं तेरे को पिकैक्स करने आ रहा था
If everybody
चल
decides
कहाँ
to
पे कैक्स
congregate in
करने
the same
198
state, in the
मारा
same
था।
area, but who knows how much discussion the team owners are actually having about where they're going to place these players. But you got to be in a house, obviously.
Yep.
I think the players specifically will always have an asterisk next to this event. You know, when you talk
एक भी गोली थ्रू नहीं आ
I
रही
mean, if those guys
They are,
don't
na.
win or they see the guys that did win, they're just going to be this level of respect that isn't there because you didn't do it on stage in front of thousands of people. The adrenaline rush that you get when you're actually at an event and the pressure is just so much bigger than when you're playing at home and playing online. So
पता है हेडी कल मैंने देखा जो तो बोलता है ना कि 60 जैसा फील हो रहा है
I mean, they put themselves in this position by
उसको अगर तू
playing
144 की जगह 165 पे कैप
and I
करेगा
think
तो
it
नहीं
is
होगा
really responsible for them to say,
अच्छा।
look,
हाँ
मैंने
मैं
160
don't want to
रखा हुआ है
put staff members at
क्योंकि
risk.
मैं-
We don't want to put players at
मेरा भी
risk.
कभी
And
बीच बीच में हो रहा था
COVID
बहुत कम जब मैं
extenuating
90s करता
circumstances.
था ना
ऐसे
This is
होता
just
है ना जैसे
an
like
issue
60
that
FPS
the
आ रहा है
US
और
and the
बड़ा
world is going to be
160
dealing
जाता
with
है।
हाँ,
for
हाँ।
months and months and
बड़ी
probably
गंदी सी।
years until a vaccine is
फिर
readily
मैंने उसको
available and
165
safe
पे कैप कर दिया
to
उसके बाद से नहीं हो
distribute
रहा
to the
मेरा
masses. And it was actually something that I wanted to bring up earlier too. It's a great transition. I was reading a bunch of different articles in the last few days about COVID. You know,
एक ईजे लैड याद है ईजे लैड भी बैन हो गया था ये
protests
ईजे
that were
डैश
happening around the United States, and Black Lives Matter, and it was, you know, we had
बट
to
यार
shout
उसकी
from
भी
the
गलती
rooftops
थोड़ी है उसने तो कोई
and
बढ़िया
different
चीज ही
priorities
बताई
about
थी
what we should be
बैनेबल
discussing
चीज
on
नहीं थी वैसे
social
कोई।
media. But I think COVID now is really back in the driver's seat with how detrimental this actually is to social culture and everyday life, because I've seen people estimating that we will be in some sort of lockdown or stay-at-home order or restrictions on our ability to go out to
भाई कल मैं
restaurants and
वॉरज़ोन
shops
खेला
and
इतनी
do all
बोरिंग
the
लगी
things
ना
that we know we have come to live.
अकेले कैसे मजा आएगा
Be an everyday part of our life until like
अकेले कैसे अच्छी
2021.
लेगी
नहीं
People are
मेरा
guessing, like,
फ्रेंड है एक वो खेलता
mid
था
next year that we will have a vaccine,
यार
maybe
उसके
even
बाद ऐसे
longer.
भी मजा नहीं आता वो
And
अजीब
you've
सा
seen the
खेलता है।
videos of people going out and not properly
और वो
quarantining
ना
and partying
like
because
ऐसे
nobody
करते
wants to
जैसे
sit around
मुझे
and
तो
wait
खेलनी नहीं
anymore.
आती है नया प्लेयर हूँ गेमिंग में
Unbelievable. It's unprecedented. This is ridiculous.
मैं नीचे कैसे गिर गया मेरे को ये नहीं समझ आया मैं W दबा रहा था और मैं दूसरी साइड कैसे जा सकता हूँ अपने आप
It's only gonna get worse.
गेम में
So
उसको
much-
खेलनी
so
मैंने
much
सिखाई है वो
people
मुझे
are willing to
बताता है
wait
ये ऐसे
and
खेलनी है
then-
ये ऐसे
and,
खेलनी है
You know, give up on their
Warzone?
real
मुझे
life.
वो बहुत
Yeah.
हाँ गंदी
Dude,
तरह बोलता है यार वो
that's
बहुत
scary. Like I'm holding
इसलिए
on.
उसका खेलने का मन नहीं करता
I've never really been to restaurants or anything like that, but like having
हंसने की बात नहीं
waiting
समझाने
until
की बात
March,
ऐसे किसी
I'm
को
going nuts. 'Cause, like, my escape isn't gaming. You know, it used to be gaming until it became a job. I still love it, but for me, going to like my favorite diner theater and having a burger and a soda and watching a
भाई ये
movie
रियलिटी भी नहीं हुआ
was my escape. Going to the, you know, getting a massage, couples retreat with the wifey, shop, whatever it is, like that was my escape, and that's gone. So I'm, you know, it's been obviously being a content creator. I would have to like say that being a
नहीं
content
मेरी
creator, being
कंपनी
able
चली है एंड
to
में
work from home,
और तेरे
it's
को
a blessing,
headshot
and I
46 का
understand
बजा
in other people's situation it could be worse. So I'm not saying this to complain because I hate when people start saying, "Oh, dude, why are you complaining? You're the best economy in the world."
That's so stupid, man. You're allowed to have an opinion, you know.
Yeah.
Just because you find your a way of life that has been better for you, success doesn't mean same thing that bothers other people can't bother you.
मैंने
That's
बहुत
stupid.
मुश्किल से
Don't
ताजमहल
apologize
बनाया
for
था
that,
वो
man. But I respect the fact that you say that.
तोड़ दिया
Cypher,
Yeah.
how do I bribe you into sending me
किसने तोड़ा?
your camera, your and your
तूने
lens.
और क्या तेरे
What are you
पत्थर ने
using
तोड़ा
right now?
और?
You look so fucking crisp in the depth.
थोड़ा मैंने
Yeah,
थोड़ा सा
so-
तोड़ा था सारा
I
टूट
mean,
गया
if you just type
ऊपर
exclamation mark webcam,
मैंने
Twitch
इतनी
chat,
मुश्किल
it'll
से वो
link everything.
इतना
I'll
बढ़िया
bet.
फोर्ट
I'm gonna go do
बनाया
that right now,
तो देख
man.
लगा हुआ है डार्क नॉट सब तोड़ने में
Like eating fucking.
It's
this
the
is
lens.
ridiculous.
It's the lens that does it. I know.
तोड़ दिया डार्क
What, you
नॉट
have
मेरी कमाल है
1.4, yeah. It's a
मैंने मार दिया
30 millimeter 1.4
जाके मार।
lens. It's a little
very
bit
bad boy
of a hard lens to work with because it's very zoomed in, but there's also a 16 millimeter which is a lot more zoomed out. You can't adjust the zoom. You got to position the camera far enough away from your desk. Like 16
भाई वो
inches to really
रिएक्टिंग टू सब्स में कितने
capture your
बंदे
face.
आते हैं भाई
And that's what you're doing right now.
भाई मैं खड़ा था यार इसने मेरे पे शॉट मिस कर दिया मैं खड़ा हुआ था लिटरली
Behind that, it's pretty far away.
Oh, you look.
Yeah, I get
यार
I
जब
get
मेरी
that
सेंस
compliment
है
a
ना
lot.
मैं
But
शॉट्स
dogs
मारने के
will
लिए
really
लगाता हूँ
invest
उसमें
into
मेरे
the
से
camera
पागलों
equipment.
Yeah,
की तरह
right,
edits नहीं
right,
होते
It's not even that
और
expensive.
जब मैं हाई सेंस कर लेता हूँ एडिट
the
पागलों
camera
वाले
is
हो
the
जाते
Sony
हैं
A6500,
मतलब पूरे
really
क्रैक
common. A lot
की
of
तरह बट
people use
गेम
it.
नहीं होता
The
उससे
lens is the Sigma. I think that one's like $200, depending on where you get it.
थ्रू
Gives you that-
मैंने रैम बने इससे
1.4
थ्रू खड़ा ही रह गया ये
That
Really
bokeh, man.
blurry
Bro,
ass
I think
bokeh.
Ooh, I love it.
उसके थ्रू खड़ा ही रह गया
Matt's,
बहुत बढ़िया
there's one thing Matt loves is cameras. Another thing Matt loves is dogs. Cypher, awesome. And I would go wrong with mentioning.
Nice
the fact
shot.
that You have 3 wonderful dogs.
And they've got a YouTube channel.
Yeah, you now have you're going the full team art route, which I respect, which is diving into the dog YouTube channel.
हाँ तो
He's got
respawn हो गया था कि है
and Coda and you know their stuff has been so great. So what inspired you guys to want to do this? Was this something that you and the wife be talking about? Was you saying that was her being like, I want to vlog the dogs? Because it's something that now is great. What I love is, for example, I went to Tokyo, made 2 vlogs from that, and even people on trips that may not have been usually in front of the camera, that involve people who don't do YouTube or anything like that. They now have all texted me individually without even talking to each other to be like, man, I'm really grateful you vlogged because now I can go back and smile, think of the memories. This is now something you'll be able to look back on and, you know, think back to these great
दोनों
moments
लगे
and
हुए हैं
these
अपनी
videos
ग्रैपलर से
of this time in your life. You know, what made you love it?
ना भाई क्या
money,
क्लिप
no.
मिल गई
No, so we love our dogs. We have 3 Australian Shepherds. We made an Instagram account for them a while back, and that Instagram page is almost at 50,000 followers, and people really love the dogs. They're a big part of the stream. They're part of the emotes as well on the stream.
खड़ा हुआ देख
Every now and then, one of them will walk by, and I'll put him in my lap and show him. So the dogs were a big part of the stream. People love
क्लिप
them.
बनाई ये ना
People
लेट
view
गया
them by
नीचे
name as
पता
well.
लेट जाता ना बंदा जैसे मर
Instagram
जाता
page
है
was doing well,
ये
so
लेट गया मैं तेरे को क्लिप
we
भेजूंगा
wanted to
मेरी स्क्रीन पे देख
put
ले
in some
क्या कर
videos.
रही
But
इतनी
no,
वो करनी ना
like a real part of it is that we saw that there was a market for dog videos on YouTube, and there were some really successful channels that were pulling in millions of views on videos, and we said, hey, like, we've got 3 adult dogs, we've got time, we understand the YouTube space. You know, one thing that really pushed us to just launch the channel immediately was I shouted out I have 2 younger brothers who make content, Auto PK and Junior PK. So Auto,
अगर मैं
I
अटैक
shouted him
खेल रहा हूँ
out.
आज तो क्या सही शॉट मारा
He did a
हूँ
video on Fortnite where he got
watched
30
it.
kills or 33 kills in
arena,
arena
right?
arena champs. At the time, like, no one has gotten that many kills. So I reacted to his video for a content idea, and I gave him a shout out, and he went from 1,000 subscribers to 100,000 in a few days.
hello
And when I saw that, I was like, oh, well, we actually have this potential to boost the channel to 100K just by saying go subscribe. We got to start the dog channel next week. So we were always thinking about starting the dog channel, but once we saw that people are willing to subscribe to a channel, if we ask them to, we said, okay, we got to start. And we started the dog channel. They're at 150K right now. We've been uploading for a little over a month. I think we've done 4 or 5 videos. And it's going well. The people are loving it, and it's reaching to people who don't really know about Fortnite. There's a lot of comments on those videos. There's
Hello.
that I'm in,
Hello.
and there's a few that I'm not in.
सुनता
The
रहे
ones that I'm in, there's a lot of comments that say that guy looks like Cypher PK. So they're not even, they're just finding the video somehow, and they don't even know it's me.
That's kind of cool, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
The
It's
fact
like,
that they're
Yo,
discovering
Zero
it
cool.
without
What's up, bro?
knowing
Welcome.
you are part of it. I mean,
Okay,
you're building like
thank you.
a separate community. Because that's
we're,
like
we're trying to get them like their own, sponsors and their own like gig going. So yeah, it's just like we'll see how far it goes, but it's been a fun project to work on. It's a passion thing for us. We love our dogs, and the videos are really funny to make. So
I
have
love
a
it,
question.
man.
I have a question for you about something back on Fortnite. Someone we're gonna have on the show soon. I'm just saying this even though we haven't set it up yet, but it is Ninja. Surprised we haven't had Tyler on here yet. At your peak and Ninja's peak, who was genuinely the better Fortnite player? Because I think that both you guys are real good in your certain ways.
yeah.
मेरे
I think
रुक
you're
जा
far
अरीना
better
तो
than I
लगाने
ever
दे
was at my peak.
तुम लोग लीव करो
Who
4000
was
से
better,
ज्यादा है
though? You or Ninja?
So,
मेरे भी
so
4200
I'll give you a real answer,
आधा
Okay.
200 बढ़
and I'll give you a different answer from like a other perspective. At
और यार
Ninja's
इससे ट्रियो नहीं
peak
खेला जाता
compared to all the players at the time,
छोटी लीग में तो खेल
he
लेगा
reached a
हमारे
much
साथ औखा
higher
हो जाएगा इसे
level if you put
नॉर्मल
him on a
स्क्वाड
list
खेलते हैं
of
फिर
the
आजा
top players.
Mhm.
But at my peak, mechanically speaking, being
भाई वो
able to
रिटेल लेके
edit
जाते हैं हम
English
रिटेल
में बोल रहा
हमारी
है।
सर्वाइव कर
gaming
जाते
wise,
हैं
ये मैं वो
I
साइफर
reached
पे
a
के वाली वीडियो
higher
देख रहा
skill
हूँ इसलिए
caliber than Ninja. And it's just because I put a lot more time into
हाँ
kind
मैं
of
देख
just,
रहा था साइड में आवाज आती थी मैं
you
क्या
know, Ninja
मैंने
didn't
तो
really spend a lot
चलानी
of time
देखी
in
किधर से
creative,
आ
and
गया
neither did
फिर
I,
मैंने
but I
देखा
put,
मैं
you
क्या
know,
तूने
enough
लगाई
time
होगी
to surpass a lot of
हाँ
the
वो वाले
conspirators
देखे था मैं
mechanically
130
speaking.
वाली
So at my peak, I was a better Fortnite player, but at his peak,
Crazy.
एक बंदा और बुला लो
Whoa. Oh
फिर।
my God. I can't wait
but
for
at
this
his
thumbnail
peak,
title.
he was you know, kind of reached the higher
कोड लगा
to,
दे
but at my
तेरे
peak,
तू ही लीडर है भाई
mechanically speaking,
मैं थोड़ी
being
वो
able
है
to
उमाश
edit, build,
अच्छा
competitively speaking, aiming wise, I reached a higher skill caliber than Ninja. And it's just because I put a lot more time into kind of just, you know, Ninja right?
Okay.
And I'll give you a different answer from like a other
लीव कर
perspective.
दे यार लीव कर दे
At
इसे छोड़
Ninja's peak,
कुछ कर
compared
ही नहीं रहा
to
है
all the players at the time, he reached a much higher level if you put him on a list of the top players.
Mhm.
But at my peak, mechanically speaking, being able to edit, build, competitively speaking, aiming wise, I reached a higher skill caliber than Ninja. And it's just because I put a lot more time into kind of just.
और यार मुझे वो
you
मेरा
know, Ninja
स्ट्रीम
didn't really spend a
एलिमेंट्स
lot of
वाला
time in
बॉट
creative,
बता
and
दे
neither
कि
did I, but I
दिखा
put
दे
you
कि
know
किसने
enough time
सब्सक्राइब
to
किया किसने
surpass a
नहीं
lot of the content creators
वो भी ना
mechanically
मेरे
speaking.
साथ तो कभी कभी
So
होता है कि कुछ कुछ को
at my
दिखाता नहीं
peak,
है
I was a
बट
better
फिर भी मैं
Fortnite
बता
player.
देता हूँ
But at his peak,
Crazy.
Steam
चलो
Elements
दिखानी
में
नहीं
जा
है
Oh my God. I can't wait
but
for
at
this
his
thumbnail
peak,
title.
he was higher up than me compared to, you know, because now, like, even though, you know, right
अकाउंट
now I'm probably a better
इतनी बार
Fortnite player,
इसमें
doesn't play
अकाउंट
Fortnite that
खोला है ये
much,
ओपन क्यों नहीं
but
रहता पता
there's
नहीं
हाँ वो
thousands
उसका
of
हर
kids
बार
that
का है
are
ऐसा
way
ही
better than
नाइट
me
गॉड में भी
because
होता
that's
है
all they do. You know, they just spend.
प्ले
So at
ट्रियो
the
विद
time
मी
back
स्टक एट
then,
लोडिंग
there
स्क्रीन
wasn't a bunch of kids grinding creative. Creative didn't even exist. Ninja was one of the best
Yes, sir.
players in the world.
हाँ
And
डार्क
I
लॉर्ड
don't
बता
think I got to like
अब
that
स्ट्रीम
top
एलिमेंट्स
5.
में
हाँ
यहाँ जाएगा ना कहाँ गया ये चैट कमांड
ये रहा ये एनेबल 8 बॉल इसमें कमांड्स एनेबल है नेक्स्ट एनेबल्ड है ब्लू है मतलब अप टाइम ब्लू है क्लोज स्टोर कमांड
इसमें तेरा वो आ रहा है उसको ऐड करने का ऑप्शन ऐड टू चैट मतलब
कैसे लाइक ऐड टू चैट एक तो कस्टम कमांड्स होता ना
अच्छा सुन सॉरी उसमें नहीं जाना उसके ऊपर एक आ रहा होगा मॉड्यूल हाँ उसमें जा फिर उसमें चैट अलर्ट ऑन कर दे
ओके सर
उसमें फिर ड्रॉप डाउन करके देख ले कि सब्सक्राइबर वाला एनेबल्ड है ना
थैंक्स फॉर सब्सक्राइबिंग यूजर
हाँ वो आएगा और फिर स्ट्रीम जब तू स्ट्रीम ऑन करता है तो वो आता है स्ट्रीम एलिमेंट्स बॉट रनिंग
हाँ आता है वो तो मैंने
हाँ,
थोड़ा बहुत तो कर लिया था
उसको मॉड बना दे बस और बस
बनाया हुआ है उसे तो
बस अब आ जाएगा ठीक है
कमिंग और नॉट श्रेय आ गया उमांश कह रहा है मेरे साथ ट्रियो खेल लो श्रेय ऑनलाइन है क्या उमांश को बुला लें एक मैच खेल के देख लेते हैं इसके साथ और क्या फिर
हाई एक्सक्लूसिव खेलते हैं ना
top 10 that he got to at his peak. So
उसने खेलना ही वही है
What a
that's a
turn
fair
of
answer, I
events.
feel like.
ट्रियो खेल
Yeah, no, I feel like that was a very responsible answer.
मैंने अपना वो
Well, how
स्ट्रीम
you better
तूने वो
not
डाला
beat
वो
Tim.
जो टिप वाला होता है
कौन सा
टिप होती है जो लाइक तुझे डोनेशन वाला
ओ भाई बुलाते नहीं तुम लोग।
तू एफ के चला गया था 100 साल के लिए तेरी कोई आवाज नहीं आई
अरे नोटिफिकेशन में अटका दिया, मैं हैरी की
You
स्ट्रीम
got
लाइक
real
करने लगा
sweaty
था,
at one
उसकी वजह
point,
से वो
especially
फिर रुक गया था।
close to the World Cup qualifiers.
टिपिंग सेटिंग्स
Trash can. Sorry.
And we just found out that I'm better than Tim with the car
$1
98.
मिनिमम
जितनी
टिप
स्ट्रीम है सारी लाइक
Earlier
कर दिया
today,
मैंने,
you killed us.
सारी
Yeah,
लाइक कर दिया।
Yeah, I thought the podcast was at 2, so I thought I was going to be late, and I had everyone go and tweet you to tell you I'm sorry that I'm going to be late. So if your
Oh, me?
mentions are, your
I didn't
mentions
even-
should be
तेरे चैनल का
spammed
नाम
just
क्या है?
a
फिर भी
little
लाइक
bit by
कर
a
दिया
couple
करूँ
guys.
स्ट्रीम।
जो लिखा हुआ है
Yeah,
उसका
at the
वही
beginning,
चैनल
before we
का
started the podcast, you said that
Why
you've been
take
playing a
your
bunch of
time?
Hyperscape, and me and Jack haven't played it yet, or at least I know I haven't. Maybe that's changed for
I
Jack.
haven't played yet. No.
After watching the game, I was more scared than anything to even try to play it because of how fast paced it actually is. And I made a joke like, man, you need to be cracked out of your mind to be playing this game. And the pace of it really, truly is intimidating to me. How are you enjoying your time?
I never played a game that fast
सब्सक्राइब किया
paced,
तूने
and I really loved it. So I think
Yes.
it's a very welcoming game, even though it looks
Notification
उमांश
भी आ
मेरे
गया।
को एक बारी
when you watch
वो
it,
करियो एक बारी
it's actually
अनसब्सक्राइब
very
करके
easy to
दोबारा
get
सब
into.
कर
They set it up in a way where people
जल्दी कर इसको
will-
देखते हैं
within
ये
2
करेगा
games
अभी
you'll really
watch
understand
तेरे को
करने।
आई थी कल
how
हैरी
the entire game
तेरा
works.
नोटिफिकेशन
And
जब
then
तूने
after
किया
that, it
था
comes down to
क्या?
movement,
जब
positioning,
तूने सब
and
किया था
aim.
तो
And
तेरे को
aim is a big
नोटिफिकेशन
part.
दिखा रहा था
हाँ
screen
मेरे
में।
को तो आई थी हाँ हाँ मेरे को तो दिखा रहा था
But here's the
कि
thing that
आजकल
really
मैं
liked
वो
about
भी
it
साउंड भी
is
सुना था
it's
पहले ही पता नहीं कि
nonstop
बग
action
डे था
from beginning to end. I thought
मुझे
Warzone
भी
had,
कल एक आवाज
you know, non-stop action from beginning to
चैट
end,
में दिखाया नहीं
but
उसने भी किस
Hyperscape
चीज
managed
का
वो आवाज
to
तो सेट
actually
कर सकता है वो
literally
उसमें
have
स्ट्रीम एलिमेंट्स
non-stop
में
action
जाके
from
ना
the beginning of the match
घंटी सी
to
की
the
आवाज
very end.
होती है
It's
हाँ,
more
हाँ,
action packed than Warzone,
हाँ,
which
वही
is
वाली।
extremely like hard to pull off because Fortnite is resident sleeper right
Retail
now
रो
in terms
चलना
of
है।
like the amount of action
कर
in a
दिया
single
unsubscribe
match.
कर दिया देखो।
You might run into 10
मार्केट
people.
चलते हैं
There's a
और
lot of
दोबारा
downtime.
जागो
subscribe
स्ट्रीम में
Warzone,
बोल
you
कौन रही
land,
है?
as soon as you jump
टेस्टिंग में
out
बोल
of,
कौन
out
रही
of the
है?
plane,
Video
you're
देख रहा हूँ
able to
मैं।
shoot
बोल रहा है।
people with your pistol. There's a lot of action, but this game, the pacing is
Cypher
insane,
से
मार्केट
चलते हैं।
and I love it, and
हाँ,
it's
चलो।
extremely addicting, and I think both of you are gonna like it, like a lot.
Wow.
मेरे को नहीं आया डार्क लॉर्ड अभी
Bold
भी
statement. Maybe I gotta give
And
it a
I'm not
try.
sponsored. I'm not sponsored to say that. Just gotta
hashtag
clarify.
आ गया
I'm not
इसकी
sponsored to
टोन
say
सी
that.
आवाज है मेरे को भी वो घंटी की
and,
आ गया
I
थैंक्स फॉर
usually
सब्सक्राइबिंग
don't
उमान शर्मा
like you know.
Welcome,
I
welcome.
usually don't even really like VRs. Like I know I came.
मैं तेरे को बोल नहीं रहा
Fortnite, but
हूँ कुछ
prior
मातो
to
कोई
that,
बोल रहा है
You know, I didn't like PUBG. I didn't like
पता है
this
मुझे
one that
तेरा
much.
तू ऐसा सही है।
But this thing does like it's a fresh take. It's arena styled. It's an arena
मार्केट
shooter
जा रहे हैं डार्क
VR,
लॉर्ड पता है ना तूने
which
किधर का
doesn't
ड्रॉप
exist
मार
out there
दिया
right now.
हाँ
So
मैं इस घर पे उतर
उस
के
side
मार्केट
आ-
जा रहा हूँ
Are you excited
मैं
for
तो आ जाऊंगा,
Halo
मैं तो आ
Infinite at all? It just got announced today. Microsoft's
मेरा
आ
मार्केट
गया।
बहुत फर्क
third,
होगा
which they then at this point, if they somehow didn't release Halo Infinite gameplay, I would punch someone in the face.
Dude, they have to.
There's just no way they can't. They're going to. They're absolutely going to there. But would you say you're hyped for it, Cypher? Would you give it a try
I'm
when it comes
definitely
out?
hyped. I grew up playing Halo 3.
और यार
Everyone at my school
पर्पल
played it. We
पिस्टल
used
को
to
कवर में
have
लेके जाऊं क्या
LANs,
अपने
everyone bring their
साथ
Xbox and just plug it into a router and 60 man, just 8v8, 4v4, whatever we had to do.
Video match.
It was a good time. So yeah, I'll be. And I actually have like a LAN room
और
that
ये भी ले ले
we're putting together where
That's really
you know,
cool.
hopefully it is going to be on PC. But I actually set up the LAN room when they released Reach on PC, and just recently
ये भी ले
they
ले
released Halo 2, and they're about to drop Halo 3. Or
शॉर्ट
is
गन
they're
एक्स्ट्रा
releasing Halo 3 soon. The point is, I'm
मेरे
Yeah,
को खुद
yeah,
मेरी
yeah.
शॉटगन
so that when people come over, we can all play Halo on PC. So,
चल आगे आजा
I'm
आगे
excited to
मार्केट
set
में
that up.
चलते हैं
It's actually
Especially
awesome. Me and Jack gotta come through. Jeez.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Can you buy us a private jet out there so we don't get any COVID? I mean, I know you.
I didn't sign a mixer deal.
Oh,
मुझ पे बंदा है डार्क लॉर्ड
Sure, my bad. I got you
आ गया
mistaken.
मैं बस
I got you
एसएमजी है
mistaken
खाली
for sure. Oh man, well, hey,
मेरे
listen,
पास है
Sykes,
यार,
this
मैं
has been
तैयार हूँ।
this has been awesome to have you on the podcast, bro. I will
इधर
say
पीछे
you've
गया।
inspired me on YouTube. I've started
सामने की
putting
तरफ चला
a little
गया
more
वो।
effort in my thought
सामने बंदे हैं,
process.
सामने बंदे।
You know, switching a platform was a
एक
challenge
इधर
for
नीचे
sure,
है
but
याद रखियो
now that I think we've got kind of
Eh?
us working with the streaming side, we're going to really be
What
focused
a-
back
what a-
into YouTube, and you're someone that I've looked up to a lot now. Expect some DMs and questions from
Snipe
me,
मत
all
हो,
right?
For sure, man. I'm always willing to help, and I'm glad that you're inspired. And honestly, with YouTube, a little bit of effort and planning goes a long way, for sure.
Yeah, 100%. I could agree more.
Cypher, thanks for coming on, man. Really do appreciate it. Thanks for your transparency. I've actually become a bigger fan after just speaking with you. You know, I haven't had a ton of interactions. Obviously, I know who you are and what you do in the gaming community, but you seem like you have a really very well spoken, and just seemed like an all-around smart guy and a very genuine person. So
I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
yeah, of course, man.
I gotta say that I have a story about the first time I met you, real quick. TwitchCon 2017, where it was one of the first TwitchCons. I forgot which one. It was 2016 or 2017, but I saw you walking by, and it was at the TwitchCon after party, and I literally ran like a mile to catch up to you and be like, yo, man, I gotta get a picture with you, man. And I put you in my vlog. It only had like 30,000 views, but I put you at the end of my vlog of one of the cool people that I met at TwitchCon. So.
Oh my God! Well, yeah. Was I drunk?
No. You were just walking
I was
around.
Worried where this story was going.
Oh no.
I was like, this. If you said after the Twitch party, I'm like, I might have been hammered. Well, fuck, dude, I didn't even realize it. Well, worlds collide, man. Thank you for holding me that high in your mind at that point in time in your life. Now look at you, bro.
You're still up there, bro.
Hey, my guy. Hey, you got me feeling warm and fuzzy, brother. Thank you, man. That was a great way to end my day. Hey, what's up, bro? You trying to join 100 Thieves or?
You know.
Are you on LG?
I'm out of LG. No, I've been out of LG.
Where we at? Okay.
105 much push करते
मार दे भाई
46 दिन की है वो मैच फाइट है डार्क जा इस पे मैं कुछ हालात
we can kick out the mob really quick.
Yeah. Easily, not even a problem.
I've given me all 4 of their salaries.
चेक डाउन कर रहा हूं मैं
Oh, look, we already got the flag.
Oh, there it is.
That's awesome, bro. That's so cool.
मेरा FPS ड्रॉप हुआ, मैं क्या करूं? मैं जैसे 5 मिनट में 2 FPS हो गया, मैं हिल भी नहीं पाया, खड़ा रह गया।
अच्छा ठीक है
Better hair.
ठीक है
You got a good flow going. Look at
FPS
that.
को
Man.
तो
Hey, as worlds collide.
Better than mine.
ये ले ये
Yeah,
खा
shit, man. You said me, but here.
Oh, you my screenshot
ये ले medkit ले
That's what we're referencing. Gee.
check us out.
मैं टिकट है, मैं टिकट हुआ।
Today, dude, I swear to God.
FPS ड्रॉप हो गया, मैं अपने थोड़े वो करता हूं, लो करता हूं, मैं स्टैक्स थोड़े लो करता
Thank you
हूं।
again for coming on the show. Blast. Maybe one day we'll get you in studio when this is all said and done. Keep crushing it, keep on going, and everyone's links will be down below. I'm sure you guys know exactly who he is. Please be sure to let Ninja know that Cypher says that he's better than Ninja.
भाई उसने मुझे कर दिया
Defend himself. So
one shot है डार्क
मार दिया
really liking the video. Subscribe already. And we'll see you guys next time. All right.
Thanks for watching, everyone.
भाई ने मुझे नो स्कोप कर दिया यार
बहुत
नो
बढ़िया
स्कोप पता नहीं क्विक स्कोप
मैं रीबूट करके आया, तू तब रूट ले, मैं रीबूट करके आया हरी।
वैसे हेल्थ भी बढ़ती है क्या चिली से?
नहीं हाँ 5 मिलती है 5
है क्या पता नहीं देखती एकदम से बढ़ गई।
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If it wasn't
Sopping aa rahi hai,
already
meri
clear by
sopping.
the thumbnail and the way I'm talking right now, Sneaky Silences is back in the game.
That's right, guys. Today, Fortnite brought back one of my favorite limited time modes.
समझ नहीं आ रही sopping क्यों आ रही है? तेरी भी डार्क लॉर्ड 90s में आ रही है?
नहीं 58 आ रही है मैंने
तेरी भी 100 आ रही है 100।
भाई फिर जिधर हालात बुरे चल उमाश तो बंदे को नहीं मार रहा है, मेरे को तो तुझ पे हंसी आ रही है। चीनी फेंक दे।
बता तो ना FPS ड्रॉप हो गया, सीधा 2 हुआ, मैं खड़ा ही रह गया, बंदे ने तभी मार डाला।
PS
मेरी एमओ भी नहीं होगी, देख ले।
बंदे हैं इधर डार्क लॉर्ड हमारे लेफ्ट में, बट मैं तेरे पे आ रहा हूँ सीधा। थोड़ा एमो ड्रॉप कर दे मेरे लिए।
है ही नहीं, वो तो बता रहा है नहीं है।
डार्क लॉर्ड को कह रहा हूँ।
तुम्हारे लेफ्ट में कहाँ है?
कैटी वाली साइड से आएंगे।
वो है वो लोग मराडर
क्रैश किड्स। दियो थोड़ा एमो दे दे।
मैं थोड़ा वो लोग कर लेता हूँ, 3D रेजोल्यूशन से ठीक रहेगा।
इतना जल्दी उठा के भागा भाई, उधर मेरी लूट पे मराडर्स क्यों आ गए? मैं लूट कैसे लूं और उनको मारूं कैसे भाई? अब
रुक जा, मैं मारने की कोशिश करता हूँ। तो ये लूट पे नहीं है अभी तो।
इधर ही है मेरी लूट।
इधर रहता है ये लूट।
नहीं वो रही वो
ऑर्डर आ रहे हैं तुम पे, मेरा ऑर्डर।
हट, हम पे कहाँ है? छोड़ छोड़
तुम
उनको
पे
छोड़ दे।
है।
डार्क लॉर्ड मेरी बोल्ट तूने ले ली?
वहाँ बंदे हैं।
हाँ तो बोला वहाँ पे बंदे भी हैं कैटी वाली साइड। भाई मुझ पे क्यों आ गए बहुत बड़ा?
भाई क्या ब्लूम है? क्या ब्लूम था ये?
बंदे किधर है? वो रे
आजा उनको पुश करते हैं।
बिग पॉट भी रहा हूँ मैं, रुक जा। रोमांच मेरी तू हंटिंग तू ले गया।
स्टिंग कैरी कर
से
रहा हूँ।
धुआं निकलता है।
वो भी मुझे ही दे दे, रहने दे, तेरे से नहीं तू यूज तो करेगा नहीं फिर।
अरे कर
यार
लूंगा
यूज
ना,
करने
मुझे पता
इन पे
है।
कर दे यूज।
हाँ
अरे डार्क लॉर्ड आ जा, इनको यूज करते हैं इस पे।
हाँ हाँ हाँ, इसी बॉक्स में वो लोग। बहुत बढ़िया।
इस आगे वाले में टिंक मार दे जितने भी है, देख के मारियो कहीं और ही घेर दे। ये बैठा बहुत बढ़िया देता रहा।
बहुत डैमेज हो रहा है।
और इधर भी डाल एक।
पीछे की तरफ भी डाल। हो रहा है डैमेज अभी भी? तो डैमेज खाए जा रहे हैं क्या लोग?
अब निकल गया, निकल गया।
अरे इसको पता ही नहीं है, यही तो बोला था इससे कहाँ यूज होने हैं।
पीछे से निकले बॉट्स है लोग, बहुत बड़े बॉट्स है। नहीं 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 हैरी मेरे पे आता, छोड़ उनसे लड़ मत। यार तुम लोग पीछे तो थे, क्या हो गया?
भाई मैं तो लड़ ही रहा था, मुझे क्या ये,
तो
मैं
उसने
इनसे
मुझे
लड़ रहा
आके
हूँ,
कैसे
मार्च
मार
ने
दिया?
हमें कर दी।
नीचे दो लोग थे, तू ऊपर एक से लड़ रहा है, वो मेरे को आके कैसे मार गया?
निकल ले भाई, प्लेसमेंट ले। मैट्स भी यार पास है।
भाई क्या यार मान, देखो स्टिंक भी फेंकने नहीं आते, यही बोल रहा था।
फेंक के तो दे कुछ तो मैंने भाई, फेंक के दे उसको मैंने, डैमेज भी
यूज ही नहीं भाई, यूज भी करने होते। तेरे को कह रहा हूँ पीछे वाली साइड फेंक, एक ही जगह पे फेंकी जा रहा है।
भाई वो बंदा हैरी से लड़ रहे थे, मेरे पे आगे मेरे को मार गया, कैसे? क्यों? दो लोग नीचे, में आराम से स्प्रे कर रहा था उन दोनों को। नॉर्मल वो लगा भाई।
इतने बॉट्स से आराम से मर जाने थे।
उन्होंने शॉकवेव भी यूज नहीं किया, वो यूज कर जाते क्रैश पैड।
चलिए अभी बढ़िया हुआ देख कर। श्रेय को बुलाओ।
नहीं अभी मेरे को आईना नहीं खेलना।
चल डुओ लगा ले फिर।
ये खेलते हैं ना हाई स्कोर एक।
चल भाई वो नहीं खेल सकता यार हमारे साथ, हमारी प्ले स्टाइल अलग है, उसका अलग है।
हाँ भाई उससे एक बंदा
बंदे
नहीं मरता, कैसे हेल्प करेगा वो हमारी?
भाई मैंने तेरे को बोला तो है, मैंने उसको 110 का स्नाइप मारा और 46 और 30 मारा। अब कितना हो गया, 2-4 एचपी होगा उससे, वो बंदा नहीं मरा।
हाँ PS4 में थोड़ी FPS ड्रॉप होता है भाई।
PS4 नहीं, वो कंट्रोल वो है, पीसी है।
वाह रेडी कर।
डार्कलोड मैंने ये कूलर ना पूरा टाइट सा करके लगाया हुआ है, टाइट करके ही लगाना होता है ना। कहीं मैं क्या भी टाइट करके लगा दूं अंदर कोई पिन पुन टूट जाए उसकी।
ज्यादा टाइट भी नहीं करना होता, मतलब इतना भी नहीं कि जब तू कूलर निकाले तो
मतलब जहाँ पे
निकल जाए।
मैंने इतना टाइट कर दिया जहाँ पे मतलब उसके बोल्ट से जाके रुकने वाले हो जाते हैं कि और अंदर नहीं जा सकते, क्योंकि सेम वही उसके साथ भी थे ना जो इन्होंने स्टॉक लगा रखा था, वो भी इतना
तूने
टाइट
कोई
था कि और आगे
टेस्ट
नहीं हो
करके
सकता
देखा है
टाइट।
कि जैसे मतलब 100% यूसेज जब होती है तो कितना टेम्परेचर जाता है?
नहीं वो कैसे करते हैं?
अभी मतलब रेंडर वेंडर करता है तब तूने कुछ टेम्परेचर वगैरह कुछ देखा है?
ना मेरा तो ठीक रहता है रेंडरिंग में। तेरा के गर्म होता है रेंडरिंग में?
गरम तो चलता ही है भाई सबका ही, क्योंकि रेंडरिंग में तो वो पूरा 80 90 100%
हाँ, वो
यूज
तो
करता है ना।
भाई इसमें ये ट्रैश बूमबो भी है।
क्रैश अच्छी वाली।
ये तो लोगों की फटती इतनी है ना भाई जब एडिटिंग करते हैं बंदे करके।
कहाँ जाए? कूद ही गया।
मैंने गलती से जंप कर दिया।
आजा फ्रेंड
चल कहीं भी आया।
ये गेम मोड में मुझ जैसे नूब के लिए बनाया है इन्होंने। कौन सा ये वाला रॉक हाई एक्सप्लोसिव? ओ भाई साला क्या वो है नंबर का कुत्ते की जात भाई, हिम्मत देख इनकी। मैं चेस्ट ले रहा हूँ, उन्होंने वहीं पे वो डाल दिया क्रैश पैड, मैं कुछ नहीं कर पाया। इतने बुद्धिमान कब से हो गए लोग? इम्पल्स नेट तो हैं। कहाँ है तू हैरी? अच्छा इसने लीव ही कर दिया तभी इसकी आवाज़ नहीं आ रही। ओ भाई इसमें फिर कोई मनेगा कैसे ऐसे क्रैश वर्ड बहुत ओपी है इसमें मन नहीं कर रहा मेरा लाइट गई और अब आ गई बहुत बढ़िया वाह अरे चल जा मैं असैसिन्स क्रीड खेल रहा हूँ असैसिन्स क्रीड सिंडिकेट कल परसों मैंने वो खत्म कर दी थी यूनिटी सिंडिकेट खेल रहा हूँ मुझे ये नहीं पता है कि मॉड्स भी टाइटल चेंज कर सकते हैं उसको मैं सेट कैसे करूँ हाँ स्टीम एलिमेंट से हो जाता है ये है 52 के आगे सेटिंग्स का साइन क्यों आ रहा है क्योंकि वो मॉड है मॉडरेटर है वो इसलिए एक बार कोई एक्सक्लेमेशन मार्क अप टाइम लिख के देखना। चलो ये बाद में देखता हूँ मैं। कोई एक्सक्लेमेशन मार्क अप टाइम लिख के देखना एक बार। Assassin's Creed Syndicate रिफ्रेश कर पेज को, टाइटल अपने आप के अंदर चेंज कर दिया मैंने। कोई एक्सक्लेमेशन मार्क अप टाइम लिख दो चैट में एक बार, मेरे को टेस्ट करना है। कोई लिखेगा? मुझे ही लिखना पड़ेगा क्या?
We seem to have made an unscheduled stop.
अरे मास्टरिंग एवरीथिंग एक्सक्लेमेशन मार्क अप टाइम लिख दे एक बार चैट में। एक्सक्लेमेशन अप टाइम, एक्सक्लेमेशन नहीं लिखना। ठीक है, ये पहले दिखाता नहीं था।
Yard. Guard quarters. Brewster's laboratory. This is where the piece of Eden will be located. No loose ends. Now, to decouple the locomotive and create a diversion.
Well, where is it? Huh? Where's Brewster's supplies? Meter.
Time to deploy the diversion. I'm on my way, Sir David. Hello, boys.
Please, miss. Don't tell us. They'll send us to the She's turned up like a bad panic, ain't she? I'll put the fire bomb on things
Smells like Jacob's cooking. That should keep you busy while I head into your lab.
Follow me down the tracks. You stay here. Keep a lookout.
All right. I'll shout if I get any bother.
First for a bird's eye view. Can't be too careful.
How would it come apart?
Not your concern. Bring back the cargo. She's some woman sneaky! I get it up! Pressure, come on! Already attacked me! Hit you like a rabbit! Make it proud, mate! There she is! Break a bones! This will end up for sure! You're not gonna someone get us! Excuse me. She's not allowed in here! Don't just attack her one at a time! What a waste of time! I got her! Hey, someone get her! Wait till I get hold of you! She's gonna stay! You think you can take me down? Run her through! You're in half!
मर जाऊंगा मैं, मर जाऊंगा।
Not interested in wasting my time on you. Keep moving.
अब मैं राजन मास्टर से बात
Dead as a doornail.
I need 2 more weeks with the device.
Your questionable practices are beginning to draw unwanted attention. You have been given more than enough time to achieve results, Sir David.
I was unaware that you expected me to perform like a cocker spaniel.
Permit me to remind you of your obligation to the Order.
Miss Thorne, you ride me like a racehorse.
Sir David, I will return tomorrow. If you have not unlocked the device's secrets, forget your dogs and horses. I will leave you to the wolves. Good day.
I was merely promised a tour of the premises, my lords.
Who sent you?
It's one of Green's spies.
Get that man to interrogation. Then I want him brought to the lab.
What a pity. But no deviations from the mission.
मर जा
I know a dead body when I see one.
I'll gut you!
Nearly there. Where is Brewster's laboratory? All reconnaissance pointed straight here. Perhaps I can aid this interrogation.
मित्रीना इंसाफी है अरे ये तो स्टोरी बेस्ड गेम है ना तो इसमें तो ऑटोमेटिकली जीतना ही है हमें
Confess! My sharp friend here will have his way. You shall return home empty-handed. Now we're talking. Give him a taster.
No.
Ah, thank you kindly. I was in ever such a squeaky fix when, what do you know? You rescue me.
Where's the hidden laboratory?
Untie me and then we can parley, milady.
I'm pressed for time. Tell me now.
It's underground. Requires a key. One of the guards nicked mine, cheeky sod.
Thank you.
Now untie me?
You got yourself in. I trust you can get yourself out again.
Not to worry, milady. Can still recall a couple of tricks from me carnival days.
Charming.
Try Luke, by the way, Fortnite. You're fat? Oh. Bro, what are you doing?
See that woman there?
How do you know if I am fat? My keyboard cam is on.